Your brain doesn't miss the narcissist because they were good to you. It misses them because they were unpredictably good to you. And that unpredictability, it rewired your neural pathways in ways that even heroin struggles to replicate. This is the dark science of intermittent reinforcement, and understanding it might be the key to finally breaking free. Let me ask you something that might sting a little. Why is it that the person who treated you the worst is the one you can't stop thinking about? Meanwhile, the stable, kind person who actually cared, you felt nothing, maybe even bored. You've probably beaten yourself up over this, questioning your own judgment, wondering if something is fundamentally broken inside you. You lie awake replaying conversations, checking their social media, fantasizing about reconciliation, even though your rational mind knows they were poison. Your friends are exhausted from hearing about them. You're exhausted from thinking about them. Yet the longing persists like a phantom limb, aching for something that only ever hurt you. This isn't weakness. This isn't you being dramatic or codependent. This is neuroscience. And once you understand the mechanism, you can begin to dismantle it. Intermittent reinforcement is a concept from behavioral psychology that explains why slot machines are more addictive than paychecks. When a reward is delivered randomly and unpredictably, rather than consistently, it creates a powerful compulsion in the brain that's extraordinarily resistant to extinction. The psychologist B.F. Skinner discovered this accidentally when his lab rats received food pellets at random intervals rather than after every lever press. Those rats became obsessed, pressing the lever compulsively, unable to stop, even when the rewards ceased entirely. Their brains had been hijacked by uncertainty. Now apply this to your relationship with the narcissist. In healthy relationships, you receive consistent care, which your brain processes calmly and predictably. But the narcissist operates differently. They give you profound intimacy, then cold silence, lavish attention, then cruel criticism. They make you feel like the center of their universe on Tuesday and completely invisible by Friday. Each moment of warmth after a period of coldness triggers a massive dopamine surge in your brain, far greater than any consistent kindness ever could. Your brain begins to crave not the person, but that neurochemical rush, that relief, that moment when the punishment stops and the reward appears. You become addicted to the unpredictability itself. Nietzsche understood this dynamic when he wrote about the will to power and how we become psychologically enslaved not through consistent oppression, but through the intermittent granting and withdrawal of recognition. The narcissist intuitively understands what behavioral scientists confirmed. Inconsistency creates obsession. They become the slot machine you can't walk away from, even as you're losing everything. So how do you break free from this neural trap? First, you must recognize the pattern for what it is. Not love, not fate, not evidence that they were your soulmate, but a conditioned response. Start documenting the pattern in writing, but not as a journal of feelings. Create a cold, clinical chart tracking their behavior over time. When you see it mapped out visually, the randomness becomes undeniable, and the spell begins to break. Your brain needs proof that there was never consistency worth mourning. Second, deliberately flood your system with predictable positive experiences. This sounds counterintuitive, but your brain needs retraining. Commit to activities that provide reliable satisfaction. Not occasionally meeting a friend, but a standing weekly commitment. Not random exercise, but a fixed schedule. You're teaching your nervous system that predictability isn't boring, it's safe, and safety is what allows genuine growth. Third, embrace what Jung called withdrawing the projection. You've projected qualities onto this person that they never actually possessed consistently. The version you miss exists primarily in those intermittent moments, not in reality. Write a brutally honest description of who they actually were in totality, including all the harm. Keep it visible. Fourth, understand that the grief you feel isn't for them, but for the version of yourself that still believed love should hurt to be real. That belief is the real addiction. Let that self die. Mourn her, honor what she endured, and consciously choose to become someone who finds unpredictability exhausting rather than exciting. This is where your real power returns. If you enjoyed this video, please remember to like, comment, or subscribe. Let's grow together.